Hello and welcome to the ID Talk podcast. My name is Peter Counter and I am the editor-in-chief of FindBiometrics, which is reporting live from Las Vegas, where the biometrics and identity industry has converged for ISC West, the world's premier security conference. The crowds are back at ISC West this year, and so is our own OGorden, who is busy tracking down the leaders in identity and biometrics on the show floor. And that's why, on this special episode of ID Talk, he catches up with the leadership of facial recognition specialist Corsight, speaking with the company's CEO, Rob Watts, and Chief Privacy Officer, Tony Porter. After discussing some of the new markets Corsight is expanding into, including malls and entertainment venues, the conversation turns to the topic of bias in facial recognition before concluding with what Watts and Porter expect of the biometrics industry in the coming months. It's a fascinating interview on important topics in biometrics, so without further ado, here is FindBiometrics' OGorden in conversation with Corsight's Rob Watts and Tony Porter, live from ISC West.
Hi FindBiometrics listeners, OGorden here. I'm live at ISC West 2022 talking with Rob Watts, who's the CEO, and Tony Porter, who's the CPO.
Chief Privacy Officer.
All right, awesome. How are you guys today?
Yeah, good, thank you. Pleased to be here.
Yeah, it's exciting. We're at a physical show, and there's lots of people here. So hope you had a good first day one.
Very good.
And we're on day two, and I'm just walking the show, asking these questions, and what are you showcasing is my first question at the event.
So our 45 facial recognition software, which is used primarily by police, security services, agencies, airports, that kind of thing. But we're finding, a lot of venues are coming up to us in the show, seeking interest. Stadiums. Shopping malls, that kind of thing. So yeah, we're branching out into different areas, financial services and so on as well.
Lots of new vertical markets to go after.
Exactly so.
Your facial recognition technology showed a significant reduction in bias in the most recent NIST study.
Absolutely.
Congrats. Why is bias such a big concern for facial recognition, and what steps have you taken to address this problem?
Okay, well, I'll probably ask Tony to answer that as our Chief Privacy Officer.
Okay, thanks. About 5, 7, 8 years ago, bias was recognised as being a real problem. Accuracy, unfairness to different ethnic minorities, and of course that's problematical. We welcome the congratulations because in recent NIST testing, for example, between black men and white men, the difference is almost indiscernible. So those arguments are moving into history, and that's extremely important.
That was a 99.8% accuracy? Is that what they're claiming now?
In terms of accuracy, yes, but in terms of the bias, it's a slightly different ratio.
Okay.
And they also measure it against our competitors, and we're pleased to say in terms of our competitors, we scored the highest in that sector. But it's important because it validates facial recognition. The civil libertarians might argue that you can't use that because there's inherent bias. Well, what are they going to argue when that has been dispensed with and we move forward to an infrastructure and a technology that works?
Yeah, technology has changed a lot in the 10 years since they were looking at it.
Exactly.
Well, that's great, and I'm so excited to see so much facial recognition and biometrics on the show floor. It's crazy how many companies are exhibiting here. We do an annual study. It's our 20th anniversary next year of our research study we do on the biometrics industry. What do you foresee happening in the next 9 months? What's your crystal ball, thoughts on how we're moving forward in the next 9 months before the end of the year?
From a technology standpoint, certainly for facial recognition, we're seeing huge moves towards edge-based technology. People moving away from client-server, moving towards cloud-based and edge-based. What that's doing is driving the cost base down for them, so making it more affordable, and also movement to mobile as well. I think the big push for us is on personal biometric management. So not allowing authorities to have that person's biometric, but that person themselves own their biometric and gift that as they so choose.
Yep, you need to know who you are in today's world and be in control of who you are. So, well, great. I hope you guys have a great day too, and it was really nice meeting you.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you too.
Have a great show.
All the best.
And so concludes our interview with Corsight CEO Rob Watts and the company's Chief Privacy Officer Tony Porter. To learn more about the topics discussed in this episode, visit corsight.ai. And for more identity and biometrics industry coverage straight from ISC West, stay posted to FindBiometrics.com. I'd like to thank Rob and Tony for joining us on the podcast, and thank you to Doug OGorden for conducting the interview. Our podcast theme music is by Logomrad. I have been your host, Peter Counter. Thank you for listening to the ID Talk Podcast.